The H96 Mini is the first of its type to feature the T962E Amlogic processor. Now the main feature of this device is that it has a HDMI in and out input on this hardware. We're going to be taking a look at this today and see what sort of features we can expect from this and if it's going to be worth your while. Anyway, my name's Matthew and you're watching another review by the MQ Project. We've got the HDMI in and out and the Ethernet optical and DC jack. We've got the USB ports 1 and 2 on the side here, AV and TF card slot. And on this side there's absolutely nothing. And on the back here it's a bit of vent in here. It does feel very cheap actually, this plastic they've used. And on the top we've got this kind of shiny plastic finish for the Alfawise H96 Mini logo on it. And yeah, it does feel very cheap. Anyway, let's move on now. Let's show you the launcher. So now we've turned on the H96 Mini. This is the launcher. It is quite a nice looking launcher and I've seen this quite a few times on some TV boxes. So this is running nougat. So if we go to the settings just here and we go to the about, it's running version 7.1.2. And the latest release of this firmware was on the 12th of the 7th 2017, and unfortunately this does not receive system updates. If we go to here, this is just a standard Google updater, which is a shame, so it won't receive any tweaks or anything like that in the future. But apart from that, it is pretty much a basic nougat piece of firmware. There's nothing too amazing about it. It seems to run okay. If we go to DRM info, then we know it supports Wi-Fi level 3, which is about what I'd expect from a cheap Android box. And we shall do some Antutu benchmarking just in a second. But what I want to show you is the HDMI connections. So I've got a MXQ box connected to this at the moment. Now the MXQ box has got LibreLec and that is connected to the HDMI out. And then this firmware has got this little TV app just in here. And if we click on that, it'll switch to the MXQ box. As you can see, we've now switched to the LibreLec system that is on there. Now you've still got your be able to pull down all your menus, etc. for your Android system on the H96. Obviously you can't control the actual box, so you have to use a controller plugged into the MXQ box. But apart from that, that is pretty much it. So as far as I can tell, this is pretty much a HDMI switcher, and that is all it is, which is a shame. There's no pip, there's no picture-in-picture, there's nothing that allows me to record what's going on or anything like that. Won't even let me take a screenshot using this feature here. It's built into Android. And yeah, it is pretty much just a HDMI switcher, and that is it. And there we go. So let's go back to the main menu now, because that's a shame. It's pretty much they advertise it as a, you know, the very first of its type to feature it, and I thought maybe we'd get a few more features, but we don't, which is a shame. So anyway, let's go on now. Let's do some Antutu benchmarking and let's see what sort of performance you should expect from the actual firmware itself and the hardware. So the H96 Mini scores 33,154 on Antutu benchmarking. And if we go to 3D score, it says game performance is mid-level, UX, there's the results there, and the CPU. And it says sort of middle end, so it's about what I expect really for a, you know, a cheap TV box. Let's take a look at some more information, such as CPU temperature. So we're going to this, and it's given me a reading of 66. And another review by someone else stated that it was a working temperature between 70 and 80. So this is kind of the same. Apparently there's no heatsink in these boxes. And we'll take a look inside. Let's see what's inside ours just in a second. And we'll come out of that. We're going to CPU-Z, and some more information for you on here. And yeah, so it's a 4x ARM Cortex A53 processor. We've got the Mali 450 MP GPU in here. We've got more information here, and Amazon is wanting to advertise to me, so we'll just get rid of this. And a bit about the system, so it's 7.1.2, and again it's got this T962E processor, which is more for Android TVs than TV boxes, so we still don't have much information of why they've chosen this for it, but there we go. And we've got the battery, we've got the thermals, 61 degrees, kind of about the same as what we had before, and there we go. We're also going to do some memory tests, see how fast the internal memory is, so I'll come back just in a second with those results. Here are the internal memory read and write speeds. So we've got a read speed of 68.49 megabytes a second and write of 48.61 megabytes a second. RAM copy speed is 2756.68 megabytes a second. And there we have it. So let's move on now. Let's take a look inside this device. Let's see what's going on at hardware level. Let's see if you're getting anything decent and if it's well put together, because like these previous reviews have said, you don't get heatsink, so I really want to check this out. We've got this light tubing sort of thing going on the board. It kind of like lights up blue when you turn it on. You can't see it in the daylight too well. And then you've got this Azure Wi-Fi dual band chipset as well. And we've got our heatsink as well, so that's good to see. I wasn't expecting that at all, because the other reviewer said it wasn't included as well. But ours has got one, which is great. The motherboard looks overall really great, and it's got Samsung components, which is always good to see, of course. And overall, yeah, not a bad piece of hardware. Video playback on this device is absolutely fine. This YouTube app supports up to 1080p, which is good to see. Netflix, of course, will be limited to 480p because of that DRM wideband level 3 protection that this box has. And overall, the firmware is fine. Gameplay on this isn't too great. You will be limited to very simple games, I would imagine. We did struggle a lot with, games like Asphalt and stuff like that. It wasn't playing too well. But overall, not a bad experience at all. Now that HDMI switcher is a bit of a disappointment. Hopefully in time Alfawise come up with some more features for that. I did expect a bit more from it, but there we go. It's just a simple HDMI switcher. And if you've not got too many TV inputs, then this might be a box to consider, because it will allow you that one extra HDMI input, such as a PlayStation or Xbox or something like that. So overall, yeah, not a bad piece of kit. It's £45, which is about $50-60, and for that price you could probably get a much better box. So I think that HDMI input output is kind of a gimmick, but there we go. That's just my opinion on that. And until they come up with some more features for that, it's a bit overpriced, to be honest with you, but there we go. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been another review by the MXQ Project. Don't forget to check out our other tutorials and reviews on our website, mxqproject.com. Don't forget to check out our Facebook, as well as our Twitter at MXQ Project. All those links will be in the description for you. Thanks for watching, guys, and we shall see you very, very soon.